So we've been talking about Dr. Umar for a little while now, and there's something that he specifically brings up every single time, okay? Every time there's a bit of backlash or there's a little bit of pushback, he'll bring up one thing. He'll tell you that, well, it's not the donors, it's the YouTubian demons. It's the struggle streamers. It's all the people who don't believe in King Consciousness Ifa Tunde. That's what he's going to tell you. And when you think about it, you're like, well, okay, that would make sense. So just like an average person, you might think, well, yeah, your haters are gonna hate until your supporters start having questions, okay? That's where the understanding begins to end. That's where the beginning of the end comes. Because now we're starting to see in real time, in real life, we're starting to see actual supporters of 8 years, 9 years, 10 years. Ever since the Breakfast Club interview that he did, we're seeing supporters that go way back coming forward and being like, hold on now. I actually live close to the school. I actually donated such and such amount of money. I actually did this and that, and nothing is happening, okay? Now, there is a YouTuber who has been covering this thing so eloquently, man. We got to shout him out. His name is Lennon Honor. Make sure you go check him out. His name is Lennon Honor, and he just digs in. He just digs deep and finds out a whole bunch of extra info that a lot of people aren't necessarily looking for. We come across a longtime supporter, or I should say he comes across a longtime supporter of Dr. Umar, and he gives his queries and his qualms and his issues with the whole situation. We come across a supporter who is a truck driver, gave his money, blue collar man, hardworking man, trying to provide for his family. He gives a story about how he passes the FDMG Academy, and it's more run down than you would ever imagine. There's mold running through that place than you would ever imagine. At the same time, Dr. Umar raised about $2 million, $2.5 million, and you can't get rid of a little bit of mold. You can't start actual production. But anyway, I want to go through this interview with Mr. Lennon Honor and an anonymous human being who supported Dr. Umar. Now, at this point, when Dr. Umar sees this, and I know he will, there's only one thing you could do. You have to show that man, that truck driver, who's showing video of your shitty, dilapidated school, you have to show him some receipts, or else you're a hypocrite.
Can you give full financial transparency?
I can, but I wouldn't.
Okay, why not?
Because the only people we are accountable to are our donors. If you're not a donor, we owe you nothing. We are not a publicly funded school.
Would you do that to the donor?
Sure, my donors, yeah. But the donors don't care because they understand what we're going through. The donors have been there through the whole ride. It's the haters who have all the questions, and the haters don't matter.
Balls in your court, Dr. Umar. This shit's crazy. And there's a lot more things. Listen, this whole facade, this whole bundle of lies that he's got woven in here for the past 10 years, it's all coming apart. And it's going to fall apart because of his supporters, specifically. But let's go ahead and check this thing out, man. Again, shout out Lennon Honor. He does really good work over there. Go subscribe to him. Let's check this thing out.
I do have a guest. Let's go to the guest now. So we have a guest, and they're inside of the Quick Crush Chat often. They've been around for a very long time. Former supporter of Umar, and he went up to these abandoned buildings on the 2nd, which was 2 days ago. We'll take a couple of minutes to talk to him about his experience, what he saw up there, and then we'll get.
So this happened on the 2nd. Okay, it is the 9th right now, so I'm a little tardy to the party, if you will. This is this month. If you're so deep into this school construction and you're so deep into the final stages, there should be no evidence of the things we're about to talk about. I'm talking about trash all over the school. I'm talking about mold in the walls. How the fuck are you going to teach some kids with mold growing in the walls? Isn't that shit toxic? Isn't that like some shit that can like make you ill? No. But again, we're real close to the ending, right? We're 80% complete, this, that, and the other. Let's continue. Hold on now.
back to the main video. So let's bring on Enterprise Entertainment. Are you there?
I'm here, Lennon.
Hey, how's it going, brother? Thank you for calling in. I appreciate it.
Absolutely. Yeah, I went up there on Sunday. I work because I'm a truck driver, so my route takes me in and out of Wilmington quite a few times a week, and I go by those buildings often, and they look the same each and every day. Those same bags of trash are still out there. It looks like the mold is getting even worse, and that's only because of the moisture and everything. But those streets are always empty. I never see any type of work or anything out there. Nobody's bringing materials. Nobody's coming in and out. So Umar's either filming, you know, in the wee hours of the morning or the wee hours of the night, obviously by some of his lives. But anytime, like, typical working hours, especially construction hours, nobody's ever out there. That street's all.
Now, mind you, this takes me back, bro. This takes me back to like the Tiffany Hinyard days, because there was something that was very similar to that whole situation. They had people pass by certain areas where Tiffany would claim to have certain things happening and nothing would be going on. You know what I'm saying? The same thing is happening with Dr. Umar, bro. We have people, I don't think he ever expected to run into somebody who lived next door to the building or somebody who worked next door to the building. But I mean, that's what happens when you have social media. You get people from every crevice of the earth. It doesn't matter if they run across your video, now they're a fan, now they're watching your shit. Same like me. I have people in Australia watching my videos. Like, what the fuck? You know what I'm saying? So if you start things off with a lie, people are naturally going to start to check in, not even to prove you wrong, but just to see what you're doing. You know what I'm saying? Like, oh, let me go. Dr. Umar's school is 5 miles en route. Let me drive that way instead and see what's going on. Listen, bro, this is why he does these live streams. I don't know if you guys ever realize, but whenever he does these live streams in the school, or he'll do the live stream out front, it'll be hella early. Or it'll be late at night and he's on the inside and the whole building looks like a storage room. Tell me I'm wrong. Any video you've seen with Dr. Umar, what is it? It's like 9 o'clock at night, right? It's like 10 o'clock at night, right? Man, listen, bro. But let's continue, because this video, the images that you're seeing right now, the video that you're seeing right now is what the person, the truck driver, took. So this is right now. This is on the 2nd. It's the 9th right now. You might be seeing this on the 10th or whenever you see it. Nothing is happening to that school. But let's get to the mold. Let's get to everything else. Let's continue.
Always empty. You might see some kids, riding their bikes past there, or some people, walking past that street, driving past it, but nobody's ever there doing any type of work.
Yeah, and I'm showing some of the video right now. So you said that you drive through this area often, and I know you also said that you deliver certain types of supplies. What supplies do you deliver?
I deliver. I've delivered to construction sites for school buildings, hotels, people restoring their houses, people actually building businesses. So I've delivered flooring, stuff to do landscaping, any type of materials that, sink fixtures, furniture. Like, I've delivered it all. And I've seen people, building businesses from the ground up. I'm talking about just laid the foundation, or they just bought, a building that they're fully restoring. And when they're building stuff, they're doing it in layers. I might be bringing the flooring, but you might not be putting the flooring in till last, because you don't want to drag all those materials over that, damaging the stuff that you just bought, brand new linoleum floors and all that. You don't want to drag that stuff across there. So, they're building up the walls, they're doing the plastering, they're doing the electrical work, the plumbing and all that. I've seen this stuff in stages, various stages, different buildings, all that.
And this is what I said. This is exactly what I said. I'm no construction man myself. I'm no blue collar man myself. Shit. I used to, no, you can't call warehouse work blue collar, can you? Is warehouse work blue collar? I always think about like mechanics and HVAC and like plumbers and shit as blue collar work. But anyways, nonetheless, right? I've been around blue collar gentlemen before, You know, I always bring up the store upgrade in Target. You know what I'm saying? They come through, they have a plan, they have a foreman, they have the materials get dropped off, and they put that bitch into operation. But the foreman or the guy who has the vision is gonna put things in order. You're gonna do this first, then we're gonna do that, then we're gonna install this, we're gonna install that, and then boom, we're done. This is exactly what OG is talking about right. Well, I don't know if he's an OG. This is exactly what bro is talking about right here. He's talking about the thing getting done in layers and it being completed and it's over. Dr. Umar, on the other hand, is talking the exact opposite. He's talking about how, yeah, sometimes you have to install the toilets and the floors, and then sometimes you gotta go back and fix it because you never fully install everything on the first run, brothers and sisters. So, you know, we got screwed on the contractors and they had to come back and fix certain things and they refused to come back. That sounds like bullshit. Listen, I'm telling you, bro, if there's any amount of money going into a project to where the owner cares about it, you're going to make sure that thing is done in order. There's going to be no backtracking. There's going to be no coming back and patching things. It's going to be one and done. If there's any coming back and patching, that's because a fatal flaw was made. And you should probably find a new foreman or a new head guy to run the operation. Dr. Umar is lying to y'all, bro. He's straight up lying to y'all. Because it doesn't take a blue collar man or this guy to bring... Anybody with common sense will understand that certain things happen before the other. And you guys remember that toilet video, right? Where he's cleaning the toilets and there's paint all over the toilets and he's talking about how the construction, it was their fault. No. Either you don't know how to run this thing properly or you're lying to us from the start.
Taking the shit in the toilet, not cleaning up. King Kong. Off the hook. I got to clean, brothers and sisters. I got to clean. The greatest amongst you shall be your servant.
And these toilets probably just been in there the whole time. Who knows?
None of this stuff is getting done at those abandoned buildings. None of it.
Mm-hmm. You were a Umar supporter at one time, correct?
Yeah. I want to say what 2020 is. It was right around one of the first times he was on the Breakfast Club. I think it was the one time where he was wearing the that same
his costume
button-up shirt that he was in that supposed office, I guess, in one of his old apartments or whatever.
Oh, yeah, yep. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so it was when he did that show, and I admit, you know, when he first was on there and he was saying a lot of the things, you know, some of the rhetoric that he says, it catches you because we as Black people, we don't have a lot of those things that you see in other communities, you know. Some of our own hospitals, our own banks and school setups that a lot of other communities that you might see in like a Little Italy or a Chinatown, things like that. Yeah. So when you first hear him, you're like, we should have that, you know, tight-knit community. When we do our research and our history, how we had, you know, our own city in Tulsa and all that.
And that's where it gets you, bro. And that's the beautiful thing about having your own community. That's what you're chasing. That's the beauty that you're chasing. Yeah, we got our own hospital, our own fucking daycare center. We got our bank and shit. Like you said, just like some Chinatown shit. That's how Dr. Umar catches you. That's how Dr. Umar, listen, because it sounds beautiful. It sounds wonderful. What the fuck? Africa Town. You never heard about Africa Town before? You done heard about Chinatown and Japantown? Fuck it, let's have Africa Town. So it makes you feel real good inside. And I'll say even me, when I first heard the Dr. Umar shit on the Breakfast Club, I was like, man, this brother has vision. Okay, this is beautiful. This is wonderful. Do it for your fellow Black man. You know what I'm saying? And that's where he got you, bro. That's where he got you. Now, me personally, I'm a skeptical, you know, I'm cynical, I'm skeptical, whatever the fuck you want to call it. But quickly after that interview, I started to realize that this guy was a clown. And I was okay with it. I was like, get your money, King. You know, you're a comedian. You want to make these jokes about the black struggle, this and that. You're a comedian. Whatever. Make your money, king. But then it started to dawn on me as the years went by that this guy literally is trying to get you to believe that he believes in all of this shit. He is a scammer. He's not a comedian. He's not a community leader. He's none of those things. He is a 100% scammer. You know what I'm saying? And he will scam his own people to get that dollar, bro. This school is never going to be built. He has an abandoned building that he claimed off of, you know, he paid for or whatever, and that's it. He's going to hold on to this abandoned building as long as he can until the grift is over, until the grift is done. And who knows how long that's going to be. But I will say, a lot of people are starting to wake up, including this supporter, this longtime supporter who's supplying us these videos.
Type of things. You want that as a people again. But then...
And look at that fucking mural, bro. The mural's so fucking stupid, bro. Like, Jesus Christ, dog. Like, he's wearing a costume, bro. He's wearing a costume. None of this shit he actually believes in. He believes in capitalism. He believes in the good old, you know what I mean? He doesn't believe in Pan-Africanism or pushing his people forward. Fuck that. No, he doesn't.
Lo and behold, when you start listening to him more, and then you start seeing the results of some of the things that he claims that never come to fruition, that's when, you know, the truth comes to you. And in listening to some of his stuff, I don't know if the algorithm just led me to you or whatever, but your video came up, one of your earlier ones, and I've been following with you ever since.
Yeah, and I'm showing the video right now. You mentioned, people can see it.
Look at the mold, bro. You see the pants right there? You see that brown stuff right there? That little brown stuff? That's mold, gang. That's mold. And if that's at the bottom, it's probably at the top. And if it's at the top, it's probably in the foundation. And if it's in the foundation, guess what? Your whole building is infested with mold. I lived in a fucking apartment like this, man. I moved Rampart Street. If you guys know Rampart Boulevard. I'm not going to say the exact facility because they probably tore that shit down already, but I moved to LA 4 or 5 years ago with my ex-girlfriend, and when I tell you black mold infested that building, there's telltale signs. Right? There's telltale signs that you have mold. This motherfucker has mold everywhere, bro. Shit. Don't take it from me. Shit.
What is this right here? Can you see the video?
Those are pants. I don't know whose pants they are, but I'm literally walking, as you see in the video, I'm walking down that entire street, and I was filming a lot of the quote unquote the high school. But if you've collected over $2 million, and all you've done is paint the outside of the smaller building, and redid some of those doors.
What are you doing? Like, I'm sorry. Inflation is a bitch.
How do you not?
I'm sorry. Inflation really is a bitch. Inflation is a bitch that took your life away. But at the end of the day, $2 million. $2 million is going to get a little bit more than that done. I'm sorry. It's going to get a little bit more than painting the building and replacing a few doors. $2 million, bro. Like, bro, we could have. This is what we could have did with $2 million. We could have repainted that shit, redid the doors, figured out the mold situation, strip everything from that bitch, and from there we could have started rebuilding. That's what $2 million could. $2 million could have actually got this building toward completion, in my opinion. Maybe I'm just not the best economist in the world, but $2 million, a little abandoned building like this, you could have done a lot more than painting that bitch. And that's all he did, bro. He painted it. That's it. And he got some toilets added in them shits. He adds some toilets. Anyways, let's continue.
I have enough money to even put windows in the other one. Like it's ridiculous. It's deplorable
Look at the mold.
how bad those rampways and those stairs are. You can see the foundation crackling underneath it, the pieces of it.
Mm-hmm.
And then when I walked by those final steps, I was like, look at this. Like
Look at the mold.
you can't make this stuff up. And that's just
Yeah.
sitting right there in plain sight, pants on the ground. I'm quite sure if somebody moved them, there's probably soot and all types of stuff around there. So who knows how long they've been there? Because on the other side, those same bags of trash are sitting there. Like I said in the video, you got time to put your handprints and paint rocks and all that, and put your face on the side of a wall, but you can't even come pick this stuff up. But you're working.
And there's more trash right there too. I see that behind the fence.
Like, I know my video isn't as thorough as I've seen some of the other people that have been up there and visited, but I went up there, like I said, just this past Sunday and just shot it real quick, and it's ridiculous. And I wish I could have I just walked up to random people and would like ask them, and I wish I could have put them on video, but I didn't want to put anybody's face out there or whatever. But
you should have
yeah,
asked,
nobody
you should have asked them to put their face on camera. They probably would have said yes.
knows who this dude is. Half the people there, unless you catch somebody that's watched some of the YouTube stuff, they don't know anything about a school that's getting built up there. You've seen in his videos, those kids are clueless to anything he says about a school and all that. You see, you see that part of the video? That mold goes all the way up to the top.
And listen, bro, listen. I know me a little something about mold, gang. I know me a little something about that mold. That mold right there, listen, if that mold is right there, right, and it's dripping down that motherfucking building, that shit's dripping. It's all up in the attic, bro. It's all up in the basement. It's everywhere. You can't tell me there's not leaking and shit happening on the inside of this building. You can't tell me that. There's 100% leaks going on inside this building. Listen, at this point, tear it down and build a new school, because the amount of money that you would be spending to renovate this thing, you clearly don't have. Shit, the next thing you know, he's going to be selling this shit back to the city. I'm telling you, he cannot improve this. He can't even maintain it. The only reason this school exists right now under his ownership or under his title or anything like that is to keep the idiots in the world thinking that he's still doing this, that he still has this mission. This is never going to happen. Never. It's not. But hey, for those of y'all who believe in him, keep believing, bro. Shit. But I promise to you that this school is not going to get finished.
So who knows what the inside of that thing looks like?
Yeah, and that's the large gym with all of his belongings, and it's just filthy in there. But I know in this video you said it actually looks worse than mold. It does. It looks worse than it did when Famitube went up there. And
that's going on all the way down the side of the wall. Like, there's streaks like that all the way down.
Yeah.
Jesus.
Yeah. So that Breakfast Club interview that you were referencing, that was from December 13th of 2019. When did you first started following Umar, or when you first learned about him?
I think that's probably when I saw that Breakfast Club.
Okay.
Yeah, when I saw that Breakfast Club episode, that's when I started following and looking into. I donated probably like $30-$40 to him.
Now hold on now. So he donated $30-$40 to the Ministry of Umar, right? I bet you, and this is something that I predicted before. Now, I don't think this guy is walking up to Umar and demanding to see the checks and balances of the entire operation. But say this man wanted to ask Umar directly, hey, I'm a supporter, I'm a donor. Let me see what's been happening, because, I spent some money and I want to know what's happening with my investment. Dr. Umar would start to basically shame him for giving such a little bit of money. I promise you this. Dr. Umar is the type of person to where he'll say one thing, but once it actually comes to fruition, he's going to move the goalposts, and he's going to be like, well, I'm only going to show it to the donors who gave $1,000 or more. What is that $40? What is that $40, sir? That's what he's going to say. He's the big bro. He's one of the biggest scam artists of 2025. I'm telling you.
Just to just to say I gave something. When he had the first festival or whatever, I was still listening to you, but I was trying to at least see what it took to be a vendor there because I had a clothing line that I wanted to go and put out there and possibly promote, and I was the one that sent you the application of what everything that he had on there for the
Yeah,
vendor
you
thing,
sure did. Yeah, you sure did. Yup.
right at the bottom, you see that he didn't even have electricity then because he said it on the application. He's like, you have to supply your own power sources and water
I remember
supply
that.
and all that. Yeah, I'm like,
Yeah.
so where the question is that he says that, oh, only my donors can ask. Well, I was a donor and I would have absolutely asked, well, where is all the money going?
There
Like
you go.
you
There you go. What did I just say? 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 But nah, at this point, he's going to be characterized as a struggle streamer. Nah, man. Nah, you can't impede upon King Kong consciousness. You just a struggle streamer. You just a struggle streamer. Get behind me, demon. That's what he's gonna tell him. The man gave $40. Think about it though. $40 is a lot of money from one person. Because say Dr. Umar has like, 100,000 people watching his live stream or something, and they all give $1. That's $100,000. You have one person giving 40. That's a lot of money. You listen. This should be your favorite donor or one of your favorite donors because I know a lot of people went and gave $5, $2, $4. This man gave 40. I promise you, none of the donors, quote unquote, are going to get any explanation at all. Never. And every time, this is probably the first of many. Every time an actual donor tries to approach Dr. Umar to get some information, he's going to come up with another explanation as to why they shouldn't get it, or as to why they're fake donors, or as to why they're unbelievers or something like that. I promise you. Just wait.
Kai said that he's building a school in Nigeria.
Okay, I know he is.
And
I met him.
during that time, everybody was attacking him, telling him he's scammers. To dispel the haters, he gave full financial transparency and told everything that was going on. Can you give full financial transparency?
I can, but I wouldn't.
Okay, why not?
Because the only people we are accountable to are our donors. If you're not a donor, we owe you nothing. We are not a publicly funded school.
Would you do that to the donor?
Sure. My donors, yeah. But the donors don't care because they understand what we're going through. The donors have been there through the whole ride. It's the haters who have all the questions.
you don't even have the lights turned on. Like you don't even have the water turned on. Those things are attached before you even start construction because you're gonna need those things to see and put installation and wiring in and run water to clean stuff. Like how do you not have those things hooked up before you start working? Like none of that adds up. And it's a shame, and I say it all the time when I'm in your chat and when I watch some of the the Information Mans and Lady Lux and I watch some of these other platforms. I say it all the time. Like if people would just step back, take the savior complex out of it. If they would just step back and look at this dude for what he is. You don't even have to.
Like Kendrick Lamar said, I am not your savior. You know what I'm saying? Dr. Umar is not your savior. He is not your savior. Listen, the only person that's saving you is you, motherfucker. Real shit. You can't rely on the government. You can't rely on the government. You can't rely on Dr. Umar. You got to rely on you. You know what I'm saying? Now, obviously, the government has programs that you most definitely might want to tap into. Or, there might be people in the world that you most definitely want to attach yourself onto. But you still have to put the work in. You know what I'm saying? Ain't nobody going to save you, bro. And it's kind of sad and it's disheartening to think that people are attaching themselves to someone like Dr. Umar to save the kids, to save them, to save the community. Hell nah, bro. Dr. Umar ain't the one. He's taking your money and he's going all across the world, having a good old time fucking bitches left and right. That's what he's doing. I promise you. 2 baby mamas and 2 girlfriends. Oh no, he's out here going crazy. And you think you're sending money for a good cause? Okay. Okay.
You don't have to worry about, the rhetoric that he can spew off like a champ. Look at his antics. That right there should tell you that is not a person that you want leading anybody, especially young children. That's ridiculous. And it's sad and it's scary that people latch onto him like he's the next greatest thing that should be the.
It's horrifying. It's terrifying. This is not the new Martin Luther King. This is not Malcolm X. This is not nobody. This is nobody. This is a man in a costume. I encourage you. And man, Hannibal made a good ass video, bro. I ain't gonna lie. A couple of months ago, Hannibal is Hungry. He's a YouTuber. Go check him out. He posted a video about how Dr. Umar is the same character in the Boondocks. And he goes through and he breaks it down. It is such a good fucking episode. Make sure you go check out Hannibal is Hungry and just type in like Boondocks episode or Boondocks Dr. Umar. This is literally who he is. He's a false prophet. He's a false savior. He's a false beacon of community. He's not real. And once you're able to distinguish between the difference, you'll be a lot better. You'll be a lot better off, bro. You'll be a lot better off.
The spokesperson for black people, like how do we get the bar so low that he's the one that we want to pick to lead us?
Yeah, and you said you donated because Umar says that he updates donors on how much money he's raised. Has he ever updated you?
Never. That dude don't update nobody.
Yeah, lying.
Because here's what I also think in my mind too. Let's just say, let's throw a number out there. Let's say you donated $100, and then ask him a question. He'd probably come back with you. Well, you didn't donate $5, so you can't ask me a question until you donate $5. Let's say you peeled him off the $5. He's gonna keep moving the goalposts so he doesn't have to answer any questions. That's that accountability part. So yeah, that whole loyal donors club and I only am accountable to my donors and everything. That's all false. Yeah. And you're a thing that accepts donations, which means you're built obligated as a charity, correct?
You're obligated to. Well, maybe you're not obligated, but I would say if I started a fundraiser right now, I was like, listen, guys, I want to create a whole new set. I want a new camera. I want a new microphone. I want new lighting. I want to make my set the best that YouTube. I want to make my set the best that YouTube can offer. So when you click on my video, I look amazing. Shit. You know what I'm saying? I want everything new. Go to the GoFundMe right now. Send your fucking donations. We need $6,000 for all the equipment. Go crazy. I raised $15,000, right? Let's just imagine this scenario. And then I just keep making the videos. And then I keep having the same quality. And the lighting never changed. And the camera quality never changed. And the separate cameras that I said I was going to purchase for like my dog or some shit never came. And I just keep going on and on saying like, oh, no. Only my loyal donors can know what happened. I'm working on it. Bro, people are going to leave me. People are going to leave the channel so fast. They're going to call me a scammer. This is exactly what Dr. Umar is doing. He raised $2 million. And nothing happened. Okay, granted, he bought a building. He bought this abandoned piece of shit. So he bought a building. What happened to the rest of that money? I think he spent like $800,000 or some shit like that for the building. I can't remember. Don't quote me. He spent a lot of money on the building. What happened to the $1 million+ that's left? Shit. It's like you guys are tuning in and I just said, well, fuck you guys. Only the donors can know. Let's get back to the content. You guys would get so mad at me. Shit. But somehow he's created a culture to where people just don't mind and they just keep sending money.
Charities are public record. So anybody off the street has the ability to ask you any type of questions. How you keep coming up with this stuff in your brain, that's only to him.
Yeah. Yeah, and you also mentioned that rock over there. Here it is, right here. That's has the handprints on it. Those were adults that did that. That were out there. Do you remember that?
Yes.
Yeah. So it
the
wasn't.
sadness.
Yeah, it wasn't like it was children that he was working with that put their handprints on this rock over here. It was actually grown people.
The only interaction we seen with it was the children when he was questioning those kids about the supposed break-ins at the other buildings, and he was ready to talk harsh to them. It wasn't like I'm sorry kids, this is about to be the school. He's ready talking about calling the cops on people.
Yeah. Yeah. So when was it for you? When was it for you?
That's not very Pan-African of you, brother. I'll tell you one thing that is not very Pan-African of you. Shit. There were some black babies too? Oh, Lord. Oh, Lord. You calling the police on the black babies? Dr. Umar. No, we can handle this within community, can't we? See what I'm saying? This is a hypocritical piece of shit, bro. I used to like Dr. Umar. I feel like a lot of us used to like Dr. Umar. Used to think he was funny. I used to think he was, a funny goofball dude who was just building up for something great. This guy is a scam artist, bro.
Where you said something ain't right with this guy. What you remember? What year?
Gosh. If it was 2000, if it was 2020, if it was 2020, it had to be 2021. It wasn't that long. It wasn't that long after I came upon one of your videos, and it was off to the races from there.
Yeah, was it anything in particular though that made you say, "Hey, wait a minute, this guy"?
I want to say, I think when you started putting a lot of the figures together, as far as the amount of money that he's collected, and then you step back and you look, and I think you did a diagram one time with the chat room where you just took basic building necessities as far as establishing a business like that, and you added up all the figures, and it came up to either about the amount or right below the amount of what he said that he had collected.
Right.
So he's like, well, if you collected this much and just the basic stuff is to build a building and restore it is this much, where's all the money at?
You know what I'm saying? Listen, some people have been calling bullshit for years. I'm late to the party. But, I honestly was given, I'll keep it real with you. I was giving Dr. Umar the benefit of the doubt until 2024, in my opinion. Around 2024, I really was, I was doing Tiffany Hinyard at the time. And then Dr. Umar's name kept popping up. And I was like, no, Dr. Umar, leave Dr. Umar alone. Everything's fine. But then I finally just looked into it, and I was like, oh, wow, this guy's a fucking scam artist. It's crazy. And now in 2025, it's gotten to the point to where it's like you can't even avoid it. Dr. Umar is scamming his audience, and y'all should stop giving them money. It's disgusting. And at this point, you're not doing anything for your community, giving him anything. You know what I mean? You have people doing mock building setups, mock building renovations costing $1.7 million, $1.8 million. This man raised $2 million plus, and he can't finish a fucking couple of buildings. I'm sorry. But anyways, you guys let me know what you think. I think he's really full of shit. This interview goes on for a lot longer, so make sure you guys go check him out. Make sure you check out Linen Honor. But until then, folks, I'm gonna come back. We might finish the interview, but there's a lot more things happening with Dr. Umar in the moment. So keep your eyes open. We'll be right back. Love y'all, man. Stay inside, stay safe. I'm out of here.